Hi guys, back here with another video. This is a review of a 3D WWE Big Gold made by Arosha Belts. This is CNC made, it's on hand-tooled leather, it has a Batista nameplate. I had a Nawaz 3D a couple of years ago, which was a very well made belt. I did end up selling that one, and it's good to see a 3D Big Gold again after so many years. Well, about 2 years, 2.5, so it's definitely been a bit of time. So let's get into this review. This has the hand tooling, really nice leather. I had a United States belt from Arosha belt a couple of years ago, and I can tell the hand tooling and the leather quality is definitely on another level than it was about 2 years ago. It's night and day difference. Not that that level was bad, but this one is just miles above that level. It's got the JMR tooling, the light textured look in the snap boxes 2x5. Shell tooling going all along. Then it's got that crest that JMR used in his snap boxes. Really well done. You can see how detailed that is. You can see how far the tooling goes into the leather. Very well done. Really nice beveled lines. It is sealed leather, which is definitely a plus on any high-end belt. Really nice shell tooling going all around. You might notice that the strap cut is a bit thicker than normal. The 3D Big Gold always had a tighter cut, so the side plates would come up to about here where the beveled line is, so it'd be a very tight leather cut. The Nawaz had that. One thing with the tighter leather cut, when you stand it up like this, because there wasn't a lot of leather, it would just collapse underneath itself and fall back, so you always had to put something behind it to stand it up. Because this does have a slightly thicker leather cut, it does stand up by itself without any problem, so that's a good thing. Also, when the leather cut was covered up by the plates, you couldn't really see the shell tooling. You could only see the shell tooling here, and even the main plate had a really tight cut, so you couldn't really see a lot of the shell tooling on the main plate as well. But here you can see the shell tooling. You can see the shell tooling here as well. So it's a small trade-off, but I don't really mind, to be honest. It goes all around. Really nice leather cut by Arosha. Saeed is the maker. Really good job. The leather, and then it thins out here like the normal Big Gold. Then it's got the crest, the beveled lines. One thing, this is on my part, no mistake by Syed, this was my mistake. I forgot to specify the 2x5 snap boxes, so this is 2x8. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I guess if you need a couple of extra snaps when you're putting it around your waist, at least you know you got them. Sometime the 2x5 might not fit everybody, so the 3 extra snaps might not look like a lot of space, but it does make a big difference. So it's not too bad. It definitely doesn't affect the belt in any way. Then you've got the stamp. This is one of the better stamps I've seen. Looks really good. Really nice leather. It's flexible, but it's quite strong at the same time. This does have a custom backing, which I will show you guys soon. So let's get into the plates. These are CNC'd. The stone holders are a part of the plate, they're not stacked. On the Navaz one they were stacked. To be honest, you can't really tell if they're stacked from a bird's eye view. And even on the Navaz, if you looked at it this way, you couldn't really tell that they were stacked. The grapplers are one piece as well, they're a part of the plate. It's got the texture. You can see the 3D floral, it just looks really good. I did upload pictures of this belt on Facebook, so if you guys do want to see some detailed pictures, there are some pictures on the Arosha Belts page and on a few other pages as well. You can see the 3D floral here. It rounds off, so it has that 3D look, very detailed. I think these are 3mm plates. The Navaz one was definitely 6mm. I think there's the thicker plates. These seem, because I've got some 4mm thick plate belts like my Ring Deagle, my IC belt, a few other belts. I think this is around 3mm, but again that doesn't take away from the quality. It is very well etched. It's got the border, so you can see the thinness of the plates. They're very solid plates, very heavy duty. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if they're 4mm, because with CNC you start at the top level, so you start at the thickest point of the plate and then you work downwards until the CNC is complete. So I think these did start out as 4mm. Here you can see some of the 3D elements. The grapplers are very detailed. To be honest, I don't know if I'm too worried about the grapplers being stacked or not, because again, from a bird's eye view you can't really tell. And here you can tell, you can see the feet, the legs, the head, the arms. Very well done. And then you can see that really nice red cubic zirconia. It's got the texture between the rope border. You can see how the floral catches the light. It does look really, really good. The 3D is one of my favourite belts. This is the same side plate. The grapplers are all facing one way. They're facing to the right. So this is accurate. There are some versions where the grapplers are facing different directions. So this plate is the same, so there's not really too much to show. You've got the main plate, which is definitely the main feature of any belt. WWE scratch logo. You can see how deep the etching is. It definitely sticks out a good millimeter. Has that nice rounded feel to the letters. And you can see right here, you can see inside the letters as well. And then you've got the texture behind the floral and the lettering and the WWE logo, World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. You've got the stone holders with the design around the stone holders. It looks really good. You've got the red cubics, the rope border. You can see the quality of that stone. You can even see the red in there. And you can see how detailed the floral is. You've got the grapplers again. You've got the Batista nameplate. Batista was one of my favourites to hold this belt. Triple H, Batista, Undertaker, Edge. There's only 4 wrestlers that really held the big gold that were my favourite. As I said before in multiple videos, Batista, Edge, Undertaker and Triple H. John Cena, I think the spinner looked better on him because he had a much bigger run with the spinner. Randy Orton looked pretty good with the big gold. Mark Henry, he looked good with the big gold. Sheamus, Big Show. So just to name a few honorary mentions. But the top 4 people to hold any big gold were Triple H, Batista, Edge and The Undertaker. You've got the crown here. Got the clear stones in there. It is clear etching, there's no texture in the crown. Then you've got the red stone and another red stone there. And then you've got the 4 clear stones. I've always wondered how a dual plated 3D big gold would look. So all the texture would be nickel and all the floral would be gold, kind of like the crumb line. That would look good. But again, I think that would probably make it look too much like the crumb line. WWE definitely wanted to put their own touch on the big gold. The crown is part of the plate, it's not a separate piece. Then you've got the globe. Nice texturing on the globe, 3D. It's like a nugget type of texture on the globe. Then you've got the clear lines. You can see the 3D floral. You can see how it catches the light. Just a very, very well made belt. One of my favourites. As I mentioned, this does have a special backing. This has a red velvet backing, which looks and feels fantastic. I had a Loomis Big Eagle about a year ago, and that had a velvet, or I think it was velvet or it was suede, one of the two, and that backing was fantastic. It felt luxurious, it felt really good, and this backing is no different. It looks fantastic. You can see that nice deep red colour covering up all the bolts. One thing about velvet, it can attract dust, so you do have to keep it clean. But to be honest, for display it's going to be fine. You might just have to dust it off every now and then because it will attract dust. Nice sealed edges. From what I understand, velvet is harder to seal than standard leather, but this is very, very well done. You can see the flexibility. Normally velvet backing is a bit stiffer than standard leather, but this is very, very well done. It just feels fantastic. It gives it that luxurious feel, like you're holding a proper championship. Normally I'm a big fan of the standard black leather on any belt. The only belts that suit the different backings. I was never a big fan of the croc backing on the big gold, it just didn't look that good. I'd rather prefer the velvet look on this. The only few belts that I like the custom backing on, the ECW belts with the snake skin, the Stone Cold belt with the snake skin, and the blue big eagle with the croc backing. But if I had to choose, I would definitely choose this red backing velvet over the croc backing on the big gold that they used in like 2011, I think. You've got the bolts. The good thing is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bolts, and then there's one on the edge in between the center of the two edges. So 6 bolts on the side plates, and then there's a few bolts on the main plate with the center bolt. You can see the flexibility. It stands up by itself, no need for the stand. So I'm going to put it on the shoulder, put it on the waist, and then give you guys my final thoughts. Here's how it looks on the waist. That velvet backing gives it a really nice feel on the waist. It kind of hugs your waist. The curve on this belt isn't too big. It has a slight curve to it. I think the Noir's one may have been slightly more curved. I think a slightly deeper curve might have looked better and help it fit better around the waist. Not that this doesn't fit well, it fits pretty good, but it does feel a bit bigger than the Noir's one did. Even though they're most likely the same size, that one had a bit of a deeper curve, so it did fit a bit better around the waist. The side plates have a slight curve to them as well, so that does help when putting it around the waist. Here you can see that nice 3D floral. You can see how it catches the light. Now I'll put it on the shoulder. Here's how it looks on the shoulder. It is a big belt, so it covers most of my shoulder and the chest. Again, the thicker leather does give it a bit of a better look because you can see some of the shell tooling. To be honest, I'm not really too bothered that it's not the thinner leather cut. I think maybe a few years ago that would have bothered me. But now, to be honest, that since I know a bit more about belts, it's a bit more practical to have the thicker leather cut. So it does stand up better on the shelf. And to be honest, it does look really good. I saw Batista with the big gold in a video a couple of days ago, and it was on SmackDown, and that one looked like it had a thicker leather cut as well. One thing about the velvet, it just sticks to your body. I'm not even holding the belt, and I don't need to worry that it's gonna fall off or slip off. I could probably walk around the room with this without even holding it and nothing would happen. If I do this, it's not going anywhere. So that is the nice feature of the velvet. It just sticks to your body. So guys, that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried showing as much detail as possible while trying to keep the video short because some of the videos do go quite long, so I did try to keep this one short. Would I recommend this 3D Big Gold? Absolutely. Syed is very good. He would definitely work with you to make it the way that you want it to. Price is something you would have to discuss with Syed, but for something that you're paying less than 4 figures for, you're getting a very, very good 3D big gold, and it looks as good as any big gold. I understand that the more expensive big golds are gonna be, probably better quality in some aspects, but to be honest, for a display piece, you're really not going to tell, to be honest. Either you paid 800 or 1,000 or 2,000, it's just going to sit on your shelf, to be honest. So the price doesn't really matter to me, I don't think. It's a fantastic looking belt. Syed did an amazing job. He did an amazing job on the leather, the plates, the plating, the stones. You can see how that 3D floral looks. It just looks absolutely amazing with the texture. I have got detailed pictures of this on Arosha Belts, so if you guys want to see those pictures, please head over to Arosha Belts and have a look at the pictures. I took some outdoor shots, some indoor shots as well, natural lighting, sunlight, under LED lighting, and you can definitely see how it looks under all the different lightings. I have got pictures on a couple of different belt groups as well, so if you guys are on those groups, please check out these pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've got a few other videos coming as well, so please stay tuned for those. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share this video, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you are notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching.